Hey there. Hey, how's it going? Go ahead, I'm all ears. Working on my biography, huh? You heard of New Homestead in the Sol System? Most people haven't. It's out in the sticks, on one of Saturn's moons. That's where I grew up. Not exactly the most exciting place to be a kid. It's got a lot of ice, a lot of wind, and not much of anything else. I wasn't exactly torn up about leaving to work for Argos. If my family weren't still working the wind farms there, I don't think I'd ever go back. Not enough, according to my mom. But I try to get back every couple months, and I keep in touch when I'm not there. Boss, I spent most of my time collecting rocks. For fun. That should tell you everything you need to know about the bustling metropolis that is New Homestead. The place makes Sidonia look like the big city. I had more fun freezing my ass off looking for meteorites than most New Homesteaders do in their entire lives. Oh yeah, big time. New Homestead was one of the first places people settled after we left Earth. Back then, wind power was all the rage. Some of the equipment at the farm's been around since the first generation of settlers made it to Titan. And it shows, let me tell you. Lots of people in New Homestead work there, including my mom. It's not the greatest job, but it sure beats the ice mines. Yeah, I never saw myself living in New Homestead forever. To tell you the truth, I hope my family splits too. My mom's always talked about retiring to Jemison. Of course, that'd be a whole lot easier if she didn't have so many kids to look after. New Atlantis isn't exactly cheap. Hopefully she'll be able to move someday though. I worry about her. Wind farming's a pretty dangerous job. Maybe someday, when my brothers are older. Well, my dad's not in the picture, but I have the best mom in the settled systems. More brothers than you can shake a stick at, too. Raising us gave Mom a real run for her money. It's a miracle she didn't leave us to freeze at one of the ice mines on Titan. We got in all kinds of trouble as kids. She's a New Homesteader, born and raised. Her family's been working the wind farm since the first generation of settlers made it to Titan. She's a great mom. Never lets anyone put her kids down. Oh, you should have seen how mad she got when she found out people at school were making fun of my rock collection. She was so determined to get me to stick with it that she read every geology book I had so she could ask me about my collection. That meant a hell of a lot to me. Yeah, you can say that again. My brothers and I are always up to something. It's a good thing I grew up in a town where our definition of getting into trouble was screwing around with old mining equipment. We would have raised all sorts of hell in a big city like New Atlantis. Lynn convinced me. She and some Argos miners stopped by my hometown on Titan to refuel, and I happened to be on shift at the spaceport that day. I noticed some rare minerals in her cargo hold and started chatting with her about them. She was impressed by how much I knew about geology and offered me the gig. It wasn't a hard sell. Lynn seemed like a decent boss and the salary was great. Besides, my rock collection had gotten as big as it was gonna get on Titan. Hell yeah, I do! I've been working on it for years. I used to collect mineral samples from meteorites that hit Titan or buy them off pilots at the spaceport. Lynn even contributed to it. She offered me a good-sized chunk of tantalum for my collection as a signing bonus. Yeah, we are. She's been my boss for a long time. I think of her as a friend. Don't tell her I said this, but she's not as much of a hard-ass as she'd like you to think. And despite what she says, I know she has a soft spot for me. No way. Whatever you found down there had some seriously weird energy coming off of it. Honestly, I hope I never see something like that again in my life. 8 years, give or take a couple months. It's been a great job. Pays decent, and my rock collection's never looked better. I don't. Really. After what happened on Vectera, I seriously needed a break from Argos. And you're not shy about cracking rocks either, so I still get my fix. Lucky for you, I'm an expert on almost everything. Already taken care of, boss. I donated it to one of the tour companies in New Homestead. Geological formations are one of Titan's big tourist attractions. It hurt my heart a little to give it up, but the woman I donated them to promised they'd give me credit for collecting all the samples, assuming she ever puts them on display. Whether she does or not, I'm glad to know all my hard work won't be gathering dust in a storage unit somewhere. Alrighty.
Insertion completed.
Hey there, friend. If you need any ship parts, feel free to answer the hail.
Mining on the schedule today? How have you been?
Thanks for answering. So, a little context. My partner and I are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. We met over a hail, just like this one. I was in need of ship parts, and my husband, saint that he is, offered to help. And to commemorate the event, we're inviting random passersby on board. A little, but karma has a way of giving you what you need. You do someone a favor, it's only a matter of time before it's returned. Great. See you soon.
Nice to see you. And you didn't even scratch the paint.
Gave away too many supplies last time. You've got to save some for the rest of the trip.
They were in trouble, and they had a huge crew.
You always rush in. You need to stop and let things breathe.
Here's your ship parts, as promised. I used to be an explorer, but I gave up the stars in the sky for the one standing beside me.
This system doesn't look like I remember.
Well, things change. Even planets.
My partner and I met out in space, but I eventually grew tired of it. Or you just jumped us to the wrong place again.
First
I was
rule
a
of
military
exploring,
psychiatrist during
only
the
wrong
war,
place is
and
the same
switched to a
place.
private practice after we got married.
How are you, Dusty? Separation complete. so we must be in the right place.
Is mining on the schedule today?
Let's put this bird on the ground.
Yes.
Cycling airlock.
Broken ID of service, Captain.
Ah, lovely. Crimson Fleet. I'd forgotten I hadn't had my weekly fill of pirates just yet. The heck?
What a waste of good ammo.
Oh, yeah. There's no certainty to the universe at all. Once you really start getting out there, the laws of physics kind of turn into suggestions.
Pulling my leg again, right? It's the latest thing you've seen. No exaggerations this time.
Think. Unicorn. Not kidding.
The mythical mare with the magic horn thing? Come on. Was King Arthur riding on it too?
Okay, it was more. Is that all? Had worse.
Find anything useful?
Well, I can't say I feel too bad about you killing someone who kidnapped me and probably murdered a lot of people. But honestly, I was kind of rolling the dice with you. But hey, sometimes a bet pays off. Hey, you're underselling my harrowing escape from certain doom here. A little charm goes a long way when the knives are out. Matsur the Grim? Honestly, a pretty nice guy as far as pirates go. I think I butted heads with his mentor once years back. Had the same kind of surprisingly hospitable vibe. Depends on the question, but I'll give it my best shot. I think about it a lot. There's so many possibilities. Some wonderful, some terrifying. I'm not a fearful man, but I am just a man. And I'm keenly aware that this artifact could change my life. Or end it. Well, he certainly means something, because not everyone who touches the artifacts sees them. My first instinct was it was a message of some kind, like the Voyager records. Communication from a higher life form reaching out blindly into space. But now I'm wondering if the vision wasn't just sensory. My new theory is something's changed in us physiologically. As in not just a message from beyond, but a delivery. On Bendy? No, wait, it was Kazal. I can feel Lynn's admonishing stare boring a hole in my back. She's not actually standing behind me, is she? Well, point is, my story's probably a lot like yours. We dug a pit, found some really wonky readings, and followed them to the artifact. Well, when I picked it up, I had no idea what it was. I knew it was something spectacular, though. I saw a vision, flashing lights, the whole shebang. Sure, like what? Let's see. I've been in Constellation for a long time, as you know. I enjoy cheese, my work, and long walks on unexplored planets. What else did you want to know about? Good talk. Right. Later. Sorry for the wait, everyone. Got a little held up on Vectera.
Barrett, we were worried sick.
Well, some of us were.
I see what you did there, Walter. And I know you've been secretly crying into your piles of money just waiting for my return.
Actually, Walter has been complaining about you more than usual, which is always a sign when he's worried. Don't start, Country.
Wait, is that...
I've got lifetimes worth of books and videos to occupy
the first artifact
so don't worry about it.
I'm planning a grocery run later.
Now, look at them all.
You like.
You feel it a bit, can't you? Ever since I found the second one, had the visions. Being around them is just comforting. So hey, I'm still not 100%, plus I feel guilty dragging you into all of this. Why don't I stick around? Help you get adjusted to the weird corners of the universe. It doesn't really matter to me. Never get too attached to ships. After the 5th or 6th time one blows up and you get marooned. The romance fades. Plus the Frontier's a Constellation ship. And you're one of us now. So it's just as much yours as mine at this point. Marvelous.
bring new questions. I wouldn't mind a few answers now and then.
I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this. Constantly.
I hope you don't mind, but I figured the lodge was just a gnat stop away. I just had to see it.
Oh, this place is everything I imagined. Do you know I dreamt of joining Constellation when I was a girl? I don't know if I go that far. But I'll let your father talk before he bursts.
I was playing poker with the Dean of Engineering, and he had this collectible revolver framed. And when he heard you were in Constellation, well, we worked together to get the piece clean and restored. She fires beautifully now. We, took turns sighting it at the range.
I swear your father was acting like a school kid.
As I was saying, may I present to you Sir Malcolm Livingston's personal sidearm. All the special modifications just as he left him. He was chair of Constellation about 50 years ago. Anyway, it's yours. Well, I'm no expert, but he was some sort of wealthy entrepreneur. Near the end of his life, he grew fascinated with space. He wound up being a benefactor of Constellation and chaired it before he died. The stories make him seem colorful. I think I'd like him. I hope it keeps you safe. If not, maybe get a good place for it on a mantle. Well, we'll let you get back to it, but, Miss Noel said we could look around a little first. Ms. Noel,
There's just
would it be
so
all right
much
if
to
I brought
talking
cookies
with you
next time?
has made my day.
Actually, Mr.
I'm being serious.
Cookies. What type?